Y'all ready to watch Temu Creed? It's on Tubi, and y'all should check it out. TKO 2025. The story begins with the Foyne Shawn Jr. Jacobs, the son of a former boxer, fighting in small-time amateur match just to make ends meet and care for his ailing mother, Patricia. Unfortunately, the big ugly bill took away her health insurance, so Shawn has to fight his way to pay the bills. His younger brother Tony, a compulsive gambler, often bets on Shawn's fights, while Junior's girlfriend disapproves of the risky lifestyle. Despite her concerns, Junior passionately shares his dream of going pro someday. Junior's girlfriend fears he might follow the same troubled path as his estranged father, Shawn Sr., who walked out on the family years ago. Later that evening, Junior and Tony return home to care for Patricia. Patricia urges Junior to reconnect with his estranged father just in case she dies. That night, Shawn Sr. is arrested for drunk driving. The fact that Arnez is now playing a dad makes me feel old. In the courtroom, he's broke, so he acts as his own lawyer, portraying himself as an upstanding citizen who simply lost his way. The judge, who happens to be a longtime fan from his boxing days, gives Shawn the O.J. Simpson special. Shawn Sr. is sentenced to 80 hours of community service with probation. A few days later, Junior confronts his coach O'Neal after discovering that he's been skimming money from his fight earnings. Fed up, Junior proposes a new deal. Either he gets his rightful cut, or he walks away to train with Jimmy and Hank. Unwilling to lose him easily, O'Neal agrees, on one condition. Junior must spar with Vince, a seasoned pro and three-time title holder. If Junior wins, he's free to go. If not, he'll continue giving up a share of his earnings. Knowing he's outmatched, Junior sees the deal as unfair, but he has no real choice. Junior agrees to fight Vince. Junior manages to land a few solid punches, but it's clear Vince is just the better fighter. Vince ultimately overpowers him, leaving Junior badly beaten. Bruised and exhausted, Junior and Tony rush home, only to find their mother has passed away. Meanwhile, Shawn Sr. heads to Compton to place a $5,000 bet on Torque, an undefeated street boxer, against a newcomer named Ringer. Before the match, Big Phil, who runs the fight, warns Shawn to have the money ready, reminding him he still owes from a previous lost bet. Surprisingly, Torque doesn't last a round against Ringer, going down after a brutal right punch that leaves him in a coma. At the hospital, Big Phil and his men confront Shawn Sr., demanding their money. Big Phil is all head and shoulders because he ain't got no neck. Shawn tries to reason with them, claiming the fight was a setup and Torque never stood a chance. But Phil doesn't care. A bet is a bet, and he wants his money. As Shawn heads to his car, planning to flee, he's stopped by Marty Harris, who stuns him with the news of Patricia's death. The next day, Shawn shows up at Patricia's funeral to pay his respects, but not pay the child support. His presence enrages Shawn Jr., who lashes out, furious that the father who abandoned them for 10 years now suddenly wants to act like everything is fine. Though Shawn insists he's not trying to reclaim a place in their lives, Junior refuses to even look at him. Tension boils over, nearly slapping his father, before Aaron steps in and separates them. Aaron, Shawn Sr.'s brother, sees an opportunity and brings up the rising popularity of underground street boxing. He suggests they could make good money if Shawn trains Junior, who he believes has serious potential. Aaron sees Junior as a valuable prospect, but Shawn isn't interested in stepping into the role of a supportive father or cashing in on his son's talent. Unwilling to exploit Junior or face the responsibilities that come with it, he walks away, rejecting the idea entirely. 2 weeks later, Shawn is granted full custody of Shawn Jr. and Tony, but he'd rather have them put into foster care. Aaron steps in. He warns Shawn about the danger of owing someone like Big Phil and offers a deal. He'll help get the debt waived if Shawn agrees to train his son. With the promise of making even more money, Shawn accepts the offer and takes full guardianship of his boys. Only motivated by money and not his kids, it's giving Elon Musk. The next day, Shawn shows up at the gym and agrees to train Junior, but only if he can beat him in the ring. Fueled by years of resentment, Junior comes out swinging, but Shawn easily drops him with a single hand. As he turns to walk away, Junior stops him and pleads for his training. Before they can settle it, Big Back Phil and his henchmen arrive to rough Shawn up, but Shawn quickly takes them all down. He then strikes a deal. He'll pay double if Ringer can beat his son in the ring. Afterwards, Tony, giving Temu young Jaden Smith, bets his dad that he'll fail to train Junior. And at first, Shawn is skeptical of his son, but quickly warms up to his riz. That evening, Junior struggles with the sudden return of his estranged father after 10 years. His girlfriend gently encourages him to give Shawn a chance, reminding him that they might still build something meaningful. This couple way too cute, y'all. The next day, Shawn intensifies Junior's training with Hank, sharpening his power, speed, and endurance. Aware of Ringer's powerful right hand, Shawn instructs him to exploit his weak left shoulder. Meanwhile, Ringer slacks off, assuming Junior will be an easy fight. Struggling with shoulder pain, he opts for rest and relies on painkillers in the form of Ozempic. His hoochie mama even delivers it to him. But Bulldog-faced Phil, knowing Shawn Sr.'s legacy, warns Ringer not to underestimate Jr. Though Ringer resents working for diabetic neck Phil, he's only staying to pay off his debt and plans to walk away once it's cleared. Meanwhile, Jr. confronts his father, wanting to know why he walked out years ago. Shawn opens up, sharing how he was once a fierce, promising fighter with big dreams, but gave it all up when Patricia became pregnant with Jr. Feeling the weight of responsibility, he tried to adjust, but things got worse when he found out she was pregnant with Tony. Patricia tells him that she's not sure Tony is even his. Damn, Patricia was a baddie. Doubting the child was his, he spiraled, heartbroken by the betrayal. Though Jr. sympathizes, he still resents being abandoned. Shawn apologizes sincerely and promises to stay by his side, helping him chase his boxing dream as a team. A week later, the stage is set for the showdown between Jr. and Ringer in the streets of Compton. At first, Jr. dislikes being called Baby Jacobs, feeling it overshadows his own identity. But his father urges him to take it as motivation, reminding him it's a nod to his legacy. Meanwhile, Tony bets against his brother, confident that Ringer will dominate the fight. Once the match begins, Jr. comes out strong, unleashing fast, powerful punches. He smartly targets Ringer's weak left shoulder, gaining the upper hand. Exploiting that vulnerability, Jr. outboxes Ringer and ultimately claims victory. As Jr. celebrates his win, Shawn approaches the closed casket type of face Phil and firmly tells him to stay away from his family. His debt is now paid in full with his son's victory. Shortly after, Jr. is informed about an upcoming street fight scheduled in a few days. Excited by the chance to earn more and fueled by confidence, he agrees to sign up, ready to face anyone thrown his way. The next day, Jr. gets right back to training with Hank, refusing to slack off. Aware that his win over Ringer was largely due to exploiting a known weakness, he tells his father he needs to be truly ready since not every opponent will have a flaw to target. With only 5 days until his next fight, there's no time to waste. Shawn intensifies the training, drilling him with powerful combinations and advanced techniques. Just as expected, Shawn takes his fight to the next level, beating the street fighters and racking up more money for the family. A few days later, Rick, a fight promoter and longtime friend of Aaron, visits the family with exciting news. He tells them about TKO, a prestigious professional boxing tournament kicking off next month. With Jr. boasting a flawless 15-0 amateur record, Rick believes it's the perfect time to take the leap into the pro scene. He leaves his card behind, encouraging them to consider the opportunity. Jr. is over the moon. The thought of going pro fills him with adrenaline. This is the moment he's been grinding for. His family surrounds him with praise, proud of how far he's come. Shawn, standing tall beside his son, nods with a smile, knowing the real fight is just beginning. They all understand that TKO starts with a wildcard round, where Shawn will face 2 tough amateurs, the winner advancing to the main bracket. From there, the pound-for-pound tournament awaits. Later, Shawn secretly gives Aaron some of Tony's samples to run some DNA so they can avoid the Maury show. A month later, the first fight of the TKO wildcard buy-in round begins. The announcer introduces the fighters, Shawn Jr. with a 15-0 record and his opponent, Hurricane Hernandez, with a record of 17-5, including 12 knockouts. From the opening bell, both fighters come out strong, exchanging heavy punches. In the second round, Hernandez attempts an illegal blow to the back of Shawn's head, but the fight continues. Then Jr. decides to pick him up and toss him. This is starting to get real ghetto. By the 4th round, Shawn gains control. He lands a clean combination that drops Hernandez. The referee counts him out, and Shawn Jr. wins the wildcard round by knockout. Meanwhile, Crackhead O'Neal grows uneasy after seeing news coverage of Shawn and Jr. Knowing how skilled Shawn was in his prime, he's convinced that Jr. has inherited that same talent. They both got the Foyne gene too. Concerned, he warns his son, Vince, a professional boxer, about the possibility of facing Jr. in the TKO finals. Unwilling to risk a loss, O'Neal devises a plan. He'll try to buy Washer Jr. out of the tournament by bribing his father, believing Shawn won't be able to turn down the money. O'Neal invites Shawn over under the guise of a business meeting. He offers him a shady deal, abandon his son's corner and train Vince instead. In return, O'Neal threatens to keep Shawn from appearing at his final court appearance that will end his case. It's an unfair proposition, but with no legal leverage and everything on the line, Shawn chooses himself over his son. Eventually, he agrees, sacrificing his role as his son's trainer in exchange for his freedom. As Shawn prepares to leave, Tony confronts him, trying to talk him out of it. But Shawn, burdened by the stakes, turns him down. Just before he walks away, Tony hands him an envelope from Aaron. Inside is a DNA result, revealing a shocking truth. Tony is also Shawn's biological son. Once Jr. finds out what happened, he cries. At the cemetery where Patricia is chilling, Shawn reunites with his son. Though Jr. is upset about his absence, Shawn explains he left to protect him from O'Neal and avoid jail. Now free, he's ready to return and train him to victory. Meanwhile, Aaron pays O'Neal to leave Shawn and his family alone and allow them to have a fair fight. Jr. and Vince fight their way to the final round. Just as predicted, they face each other. But shockingly, Shawn is arrested again. O'Neal sets him up to keep him away from his son's corner. While Shawn is in jail, Aaron gets on his knees for the judge, but it won't be on time. Shawn encourages his son to fight on without him, and Junior vows to win the final for their family. Junior enters the ring without his father and goes head-to-head with Vince. Both fighters give it their all, but by the third round, Junior starts to fade. In the fourth, Vince lands a brutal punch that sends Junior to the canvas, dazed and hallucinating his late mother, Patricia. Her vision gives him strength. Just then, Shawn arrives ringside, freed by Aaron's last-minute 30-second effort. Fueled by emotion and support, Shawn Jr. unleashes a final barrage and knocks Vince out, winning by TKO. Everyone celebrates, and the next day, Junior says he can't eat everything because he not big-backed like Hank. Y'all gotta give it up to Marquez Houston for producing us another Tubi movie, coming for Tyler Perry's gig, releasing movie after movie. What did you guys think of this one?
Hey, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe now and turn on the notification because YouTube isn't recommending my videos. And if you'd like to watch more foolishness, click here or here.